So, hi there. The session today is going to be about a very interesting subject, I don't think well known, called nutritional chronobiology. It consists of eating specific things at a specific time of day, and that will have important impacts on your health, but also on your mood and your relation to food. So, how are we supposed to eat? I say suppose because we don't do that. Most people are not eating the right foods at the right time. It's our way of life. So maybe when we're retired, but you can at least try to go in the right direction. So what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to have a very important breakfast, an important lunch, no tea or a little bit of tea, and a very light and early dinner. That is the basics. And what are we supposed to eat? In the morning, we are supposed to eat plenty of protein, hardly any carbs, and good fat. Now that is important because during the day you will feel full. You will not feel the necessity to eat all day long snacking and have sweet things. It will have a good impact on your insulin resistance, and mainly what's going to happen is by eating that way you are going to produce what we call two neurotransmitters. One is dopamine and the other one is noradrenaline. Now these two neurotransmitters are fundamental in the morning because they will give you energy, a good memory, concentration, creativity. It's your starter of the day. But to be able to make dopamine, what do we need? So we need amino acids and a specific one called tyrosine. And tyrosine is found in protein in your foods. But to get tyrosine to go to the brain to make dopamine, we need all sorts of vitamins and minerals. For example, we will be needing iron, we will be needing magnesium, we will be needing zinc, vitamins like vitamin B9, C, etc. So, if you eat protein in the morning and you lack iron, for example, you are not going to make dopamine and you will be affected by that. So, eat plenty of protein, not too many carbs. If you eat too many carbs, tyrosine will not go to the brain. So your breakfast should be typically eggs, avocado, smoked salmon. You can have a bit of salad if you like. If you have some bread, it's not a problem, but have bread at least with butter and cheese and lots of protein. It's really the ratio that's important, right? So, lunchtime, you may go ahead and have plenty of protein again. Here you can have a bit more carbs, but the good carbs, so vegetables, legumes, salads, etc. At tea time, we need something sweet. So be careful, not cookies and donuts, but when I say sweet, go ahead for the red berries, very healthy, the blackberries, some dark chocolate, some nuts, things like that are very healthy. And in the evening, you should eat early and light. And there it's exactly the opposite compared to the morning. You must go very low in protein and higher in carbs. Go ahead for the soups, the salads, some fresh fruit. If you're not on a ketogenic diet, go for some rice, pasta, things like that. Of course, the whole grain is better. You're allowed a bit of bread in the evening, but keep low in protein. So why are we supposed to eat in that way in the evening? It's simply the opposite compared to the morning because we need to produce in the evening two other neurotransmitters. One is serotonin and the second one is melatonin. So serotonin is the neurotransmitter that will allow you to relax, not be irritable, not be influenced by noise. It's really the one that will allow you at the end of the day to feel happy and relaxed. And after serotonin, we're going to make melatonin, which has many fundamental roles, but one is, as you know, to sleep. So important. Now, how do we produce serotonin and melatonin? Well, the protein you will eat in the morning and at lunchtime will have another amino acid that's not so easy to find called tryptophan. And tryptophan will be there in your body, and at the end of the day it's got to go again into the brain to produce serotonin. So again we'll be needing some cofactors, not exactly the same ones, but we will be needing iron, zinc, magnesium, some vitamins. So it's important to have those cofactors. But if you have in the evening a lot of protein, as tryptophan is not so represented in your proteins in the morning and lunchtime, it's a bit more rare, it will be in competition with other amino acids. So if we have too much protein, tryptophan will not go to the brain. The other amino acids will go to the brain. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is to allow tryptophan to go to the brain, we need a little spike of insulin end of the day. Spike of insulin means eating a bit more carbs, healthy carbs of course, but that spike will allow the serotonin to get to the brain. The levels of serotonin will influence highly your mood and your relation to food. So for example, someone who is depressed often lacks serotonin, and so the way that the body will cope with that is to try and boost the level of serotonin to make you feel better. So what are you going to do end of the day? You're going to go for the sugar. You will crave sugary foods end of the day to boost the synthesis of serotonin. So we can test these levels of the different neurotransmitters simply by a questionnaire. So of course you can ask and we can help you. Any nutritionist should know that. Or we can look at the values in your urine to try and see if your levels are too low. So try and go as close as possible to that way of eating. It's not easy. Generally, we are maybe not so hungry in the morning. We don't have much time. It's dark. We want to share a meal with the family. So some people don't eat that way and feel fine. Some people do eat that way, and that's very beneficial. But if you don't eat that way and you're lacking certain neurotransmitters, it's possible to supplement to help. So go to a nutritionist, ask some advice, do some tests. If you have sugar cravings, if you don't have any energy in the morning, if you're not feeling creative, have a look at your neurotransmitter. If you enjoyed this video, thumbs up below. Of course, I'd love to hear about your comments, your suggestions in the commentary below. And don't forget to subscribe so you can follow my other videos. Bye for now.